This is Christopher, your South Florida yacht expert. And the type of propulsion system your boat or yacht has really can make a difference in your boating experience. So it's important to understand the pros, cons, and trade-offs of each type of marine propulsion system available in today's boat and yacht market. Now, all propulsion systems operate under the same basic concept. They have an internal combustion engine, gasoline or diesel, and they have a drive system that allows the power from that engine to spin the propeller of the boat. But they accomplish that in very different ways. So we're going to start with outboard engines. So from the beginning, the outboard engine was designed exclusively to be used on boats. And because those types of propulsion systems were developed exclusively for marine use, they have evolved to be very functional in the marine environment. They can resist corrosion very effectively. They're typically a very compact package while still providing a lot of power. And they offer a lot of flexibility that no other type of marine propulsion system offers. Because of that, you're seeing outboard engines applied in larger and larger and larger boats today, up to and including 65 feet plus. Reliability is always a struggle in the marine environment, especially the saltwater marine environment. And among all the propulsion systems, I would argue that modern outboard engines are the most reliable power drive system you can use in a boat today. They're also the easiest to maintain. In addition, because you can tilt them up out of the water, either when you're at the dock or when you're pulling up into shallow water or at a sandbar, they allow less corrosion because they can stay out of the water when they're at the dock, and they make very easy shallow water operation because you can lift them partially or completely out of the water when I'm going to a sandbar or in shallow waters where you're not sure if you're going to hit the bottom. The trade-off with outboard engine, of course, a lot of reason people don't like them is you lose that clean aesthetic of a beautiful inboard powered boat. You have that big engine sitting on the back of your boat. And in addition, you lose that nice full swim platform that everyone enjoys on the back of a boat because you have those big outboard engines, anywhere from 1 to 5 outboard engines taking up what would be your nice swim platform space. However, they have become incredibly popular, and you're seeing manufacturers employ them on bigger and bigger boats because they have so many advantages. Number one is reliability and ease of maintenance in the saltwater environment. Nothing matches outboard power for reliability and ease of service. The top brands that make outboard engines for the American market are Mercury, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Honda. Let's talk a little bit about each of those brands, starting with Mercury. So Mercury engines are known for refinement and speed, and they deliver. Mercury engines, in my experience, are considerably quieter than any other brand of outboard engine on the market. And that makes a big difference when you're spending a lot of time on the water. They also offer a very smooth, silky operation with excellent power. Now, in the recent past, many of the Mercury outboards were supercharged, where you have an induction system forcing air into a small engine to give it the power of a big engine. But supercharging adds a lot of mechanical complexity, and we don't want mechanical complexity in a marine environment. And Mercury knows that, and they are moving to remove all superchargers across the entire Mercury lineup. Almost every single Mercury outboard engine is now what we call naturally aspirated. So that means there's no supercharger, there's no turbocharger. It is a traditional engine, and it eliminates the complexity of supercharging. Mercury Outboards really is also known for innovation, in addition to their smooth, quiet, and powerful operation. Their new V12 model, the 600 horsepower Mercury Outboard, is the first outboard ever in history where instead of that big engine turning on the back of the boat, the engine stays stationary and only the lower unit where the propeller is turns. It's a really nice application, It allows for a much better, cleaner installation, excellent performance. It's really a fantastic innovation. It's also the most powerful outboard engine on the market today at 600 horsepower. Mercury is really leading the way in innovation, refinement, power, and performance. Now, that takes us to Yamaha. Yamaha is known for bulletproof, reliable engines, and they deliver that. Those engines are very, very reliable, easy to service, widely available, but the trade-off with Yamaha is they tend to be very noisy, especially their engines at the 350 and 425 and 450 horsepower levels. I've run boats with those engines, and honestly, they're too loud. They're just too loud. They're rough, they're loud, they're bulletproof, they're incredibly reliable. They make for a very unpleasant boating experience once you get above 300 horsepower in the Yamaha range. They have a new 4.3 liter V6 350 and a 5.6 liter V8 that is available at 450 horsepower. Both those engines, make sure you do a sea trial before you buy a boat with those engines. They won't break, they're incredibly reliable, but they are loud. Another outboard manufacturer in the United States is Suzuki. Suzuki is also known for excellent reliability, but they have some innovation as well. Suzuki is the only outboard manufacturer to offer counter-rotating propellers at the 225 to 300 horsepower range. Counter-rotating propellers means that instead of one propeller at the engine, there are two, and they spin in opposite directions. And that is a really nice benefit to any propeller-driven marine engine, because counter-rotating propellers offset the torque that comes from a single engine that kind of is moving torque in one direction. They tend to increase efficiency. It's a really nice option for any engine, but especially an outboard engine in that 225 to 350 horsepower range.